Dear Christoph, I have visited the place where Beethoven was born. It seems that the family is well remembered there. They say that the grandfather was a musician, in charge of all the music at the palace here, and Mr. Beethoven's father was a musician too. But Christoph, Mr. Beethoven was not a happy child. People who lived nearby remember hearing music coming from the attic late at night. Beethoven's father was an unhappy man who took to drink. Sometimes at night he would come home long after dark and get his little boy out of bed. He would make him practice his piano until dawn. And so the little Beethoven would practice all night, tired and cold, and crying as he played. Finally, as the sun came up, Beethoven would go to bed to the sound of morning bells.
Dear Uncle, Mr. Beethoven has on his desk all sorts of bells. He has 4 ear trumpets as well, but you don't play music on them. They're to help him hear. He puts one end in his ear, and then you're supposed to talk in the other end, so he can hear you. But his nephew told me they really don't work. He came by today when Mr. Beethoven was out. He wanted his uncle to take him to The Dog of Montargis. It's a famous show right now. Its star is a dog who dances the minuet.
Dear Christoph, how much happier you sound. And I think I have some news that you might like to hear. I spoke today with a man who said Mr. Beethoven sometimes moves as often as 3 times a year. He has a restless nature. So perhaps before too long you will have your wish and quieter people living up the stairs. But in the meantime, tell me, is it true, as I also heard, that Mr. Beethoven has 3 pianos in his room?
Dear Uncle, no, it is not true that Mr. Beethoven has 3 pianos. He has 4, and you should see them. To begin with, his pianos have no legs. He takes the legs off to move them, and also so he can play them when he is sitting on the floor. That way, he can feel his playing through the floor. But it's surprising his pianos can be played at all. Inside, many of the strings are broken and curled up. They look like a bird's nest made of wire. And the pianos are stained black inside from the times he's knocked the inkwell with his sleeve. And Uncle, one more thing. The man who made the ear trumpets made Mr. Beethoven a metronome.